Hi everybody, welcome back to Arma Reforger, and in this video I'm going to show you how to install and get running the amazing DayZ Reforged mod and its dependencies. Now this is early days for this mod, and it's also early days for installing it. I haven't figured out any of the configs or anything like that, but it's pretty amazing. What it does is it spawns in gear all over the place, and gives your character a thirst and a hunger mechanism, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner, just like DayZ, and spawns in infected people. Right, there we go, there's a water bottle. So in fact, if I go into my inventory, if I pick that up again, there we go, go into my inventory, there it is, and we equip that, and then we can drink it. You should see my hydration goes up. Obviously it's not quite as sophisticated as the system in DayZ, but it's an amazing start. So infected zombies get spawned in, and also I think soldiers, I'm not quite sure, unless it was a zombie that was shooting at me. I definitely had one of the AI that spawned in was shooting his pistol back at me. Now at the moment they kind of clump together, the AI, like that. This is probably something to do with the, a config that I haven't got quite right. But apart from that, you can put this on a multiplayer server, and you can spawn in, and you have to survive, and you loot, and there we go. And here they all come, and all I've got is a oh. And what you should find is when I get killed, we end up back somewhere random near the coast. Yep, there we go. There's the coast. So just like DayZ, you end up back on the coast with nothing, ready to go again. So very exciting. Can't wait to see what happens with the mod. I haven't been able to find a Discord either, or really contacts for the devs of this mod to see how they're getting on. But let me quit out of this and kind of show you what you've got to do. So here we go. Now if you go to the workshop, you'll find the DayZ Reforged mod by Hydroskunk, and I'll put a link in it in the description below this video, because what we will need off this is the scenarios ID that we're going to use to put onto our server. Now what you could do is you could run this on PC locally if you turn the right mods on. But what I found is if you just subscribe to DayZ Reforged in the workshop, so let's say we go in here, we go to the workshop, and then you found DayZ Reforged. If you subscribe to that, and then just turn on the dependencies, there's quite a lot when it downloads them. In fact, let's go back, and you would then go into the scenario, and then go down here to DayZ Reforged, but try to host it yourself. I've had it crash on me. I don't think that list is probably completely correct. However, one of the things you can do is, if there's ever a mod that you want to try out and get running on your server, and there's another, and there's no other instructions that you can find easily on the web, like normally what you would have is there'd be like a Discord link or something here that we could look at, but I can't see anything there that we can have access to. No, so we don't really know. What you do know, if there's a server that's been running the mod or is running the mod, we can get their mod list. So the reason why I know about this is because the Fresh Spawns, those two likely lads who play a lot of DayZ, make some amazing videos, did a video, and they said, well, it's the DayZ Reforged server that they were playing on. So what you do is you go to Battle Metrics and you search for DayZ Reforged, and then it will come up, and then there'll be a mod list, and then this is all the mods with all the version numbers as well. And what I noticed was the server wasn't on anymore. So lots of things, there can be lots of reasons for that. Maybe what's happened is there's been an update and it stopped working. However, what we do know is that it was working with these mods and with all these version numbers as well. So if you want to know what mods you need and what version you need to get it working, one of the things you can do is you can just copy all of these, put them into the correct format, and then put them onto your server, and then, you know, fingers crossed, you'll be good to go. So for example, if we go over to my server here, my Arma Reforger server, and go into the web interface, and then we go into the config files like this, and we scroll down a little bit. So this is the mod section here that you'll be familiar with, and I've got all the mods here, and it's in the correct format. What I'll do in the description below this video, I will copy and paste, if it lets me put them all in, I'll copy and paste all the mods so you can copy and paste them back. However, bear in mind that depending when you do this, these mods might not work anymore. They might not be compatible with the main game. And in fact, one of the things you might have to do is get rid of the version number. The problem with having version numbers, particular version numbers for a particular mod, is that as a mod gets updated, you're forcing the client, i.e. your computer that's playing, or your console that's playing that particular server, to download an older version of the mod. And if it's a bigger mod, that might take quite a long time. So normally I don't like to do that. I don't like to run specific mods. However, in this case, because we want to get it working, this is the way to do it. Now, if the mod list changes, what you can do is you can just go through and just copy and paste. So you can go through and go, well, you've got the mod number there, and you've got the version number there, and you've got the name number there. So you can just go through and you can just copy and paste the mod ID and the name and the version number in the correct format that you can see here. However, a real clever way to do it is if you subscribe to any AI or have access to any AI, you can go and you can say something like, can you put a list of mods for Arma Reforger in the right format, please? And then sometimes what the AI will do, it will come back and it will say something like this. Sorry, that's not what I mean. Do you know how to format the mod list for a Arma Reforger server config file? Here we go. Yep. There we go. So there you go. So there we go. So what it's doing is it says, yep, this is how you do it, and that's the format. And so you can see that's great. Can you reformat this list of mods into the correct format for my Reforger server config file? Thanks. So then what I can do is I can just go here. I've already selected all of those, so I can just right click, copy, go back to the AI, and I can just go bonk, paste them in. There we go, and there it's got all the mods. Without having to copy and paste, which is absolutely fantastic. So you can then copy and paste all of those, go back to your server, in between the mod section, you know, in between the opening square bracket and the closing square bracket with the comma after it, paste them in. Now remember, the last mod must not have a comma after it, but all the other ones should. And then near the top of your config file, make sure that for your scenario, this is where we then go back to the DayZ workshop page, and we click on the scenario link there, and there is the scenario ID. So you can just copy that, go back to here and paste it in between the inverted commas, save that, restart your server, and it might take a while to download the mods, because I think there's 12 gigabytes worth of mods, something like that, but then it will set it up. Now remember as well, go to your config profiles screen and create a new config, so for example DayZ Reforged, and create that, and that will then save that config.json file, so you can then come back to it easily. As you can see here, I've got all these config files set up, so that I don't have to keep going in and editing the list of mods. I can just go in and click on everyone conflict vanilla, restore, and the config.json goes back to that config. I can restart the server and I'm good to go. So similarly with DayZ Reforged. As I said, one of the problems that will probably occur is that as the mods get updated, these version numbers might be wrong. And the mod, is a work in progress, so there's going to be lots of changes being made. But already, I mean, it's got the core basics there of having you have to drink, you have to eat, there's loot all around, and you've got zombies to kill. There we go, and obviously other players when you're on a public server. Right, so hopefully you found this useful, and this technique useful as well. If you have, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. If you know Hydro Skunk, give them a big thumbs up and a thanks for me. And if there is like a Discord or something that's got instructions on, please put in the comment section down below so I can come along and say thank you. And then if I've obviously made any mistakes as well, because I'll tell you one thing I forgot to look at was if we go into the file browser and we go to Arma Reforger and we go into logs and we go into profile. Yeah, there could well be like a config. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother going through that now. That's something to save for another day. But basically, normally what you'll have is there could be another config file or a set of config files that let you set things like time of day, how fast the day runs, basically like a mission file, kind of, you would have for DayZ. Where are the zombies, all that sort of thing. But anyway. DayZ in Arma Reforger, it's not that far away, is it? A mod anyway, maybe not the official version, but I think pretty soon, I would have thought by the end of 2025 we're going to have a very, very workable version of DayZ where people have put in things like events, clothes being worn, isn't it? It needs that more worn look, doesn't it? So your clothes look shabby, your guns break, people get ill, all that sort of stuff. But so far, this is a great start. Anyway, that's enough from me. Hope you found this useful. If you have, hit like, give us some more time, press subscribe, and of course, I'll see you again soon.